What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Lightning News Show. As you can see from the thumbnail, short at fullback. You're welcome for that pun. I've seen a couple of comments already. You're welcome. We're going to discuss how are we going to manage this situation. A little bit of a crisis on our hands. Luke Shaw out basically for 12 weeks, I think it is. It's a long, long time. Another muscle injury. Really, really bad news for us. Bad news for the team, considering how important he is to us. How do we manage this situation? That's what we're going to kick things off. We're going to talk about Ratcliffe, some further quotes coming out from that. A few more people potentially losing a job at United, technical directors, all this kind of stuff. And there's been a big kind of release on 11 players potentially leaving in the summer. So we want to kind of dive into that and kind of discuss the ins and outs and all that kind of lovely stuff. So if you can leave a like on the video for us, be really, really grateful. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And we'll kick things off now and get in the comment section because we will, we'll read them out. Luke Shaw, Sam. A bit of a mad one, isn't it? Because just when we're starting to get a bit of positivity, this whole Ineos wave coming across, wins, unbeaten in 2024, and this happens again. We discussed Luke Shaw's injuries before at depth. It's getting quite concerning now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's worrying, man, because I think where was the stat? I think I put it in the group chat. Let me just bring it up. He's been injured, I think, 6 or 7 separate times, and he's only been available for like less than 65% of games in every single season without him, bar one, I believe. Let me just find it. Here we go. So, injuries in 14-15, 4 was of games missed 31. 15-16, injuries 1, games missed 64. That was obviously the leg break thing. 18-19, 4 injuries, 11 games missed. Slightly better, but not great. 19-20, 3 injuries, 23 games missed. 20-21, 2 injuries, 18 games missed. The same in 21-22. Last season was his best ever season. He only had 1 injury, only missed 3 games, which is his best ever season. And then this season so far, 1 injury, 16 games missed. So he's missing over half a season every single season, bar last season.
That's the same amount of time that Sancho had out, when he went off on his kind of expedition in Netherlands or whatever it was. Same amount of time. So you're missing like half a season there worth of games, basically.
And it's your first choice fullback. And when he does play, he's mostly excellent. He's mostly good. He has a great relationship with Marcus Rashford, so it's not like you can go, we'll just get rid of him because he's not that good anyway. He's actually effective when he plays for the most part. He's had odd moments where he's had his form dip, but then he's sometimes brought it back, like when Alex Telles came in, when Malacia came in, the run up to the Euros, and he was in the team of the year in the Euros and stuff. So he's had moments where he's been fantastic and arguably our best left back, but he's just not available for most of the season. And when you want a first choice left back, I don't think that's good enough. I think you need someone who's available most of the season.
Now, we discussed at depth when we let Alvaro go and we let Reguilon go back, and quite a few of you in the chat were saying, not too sure about that, that's a little bit risky. I was of the opposite opinion purely because of the fact I thought Malacia would have been back by now. Because we heard in November he was there, so I was like, it's fine because he'll be back, he'll be ready, and I don't mind Malacia as a second choice. I think he can do a job, and I think he's got more potential in him. And I don't know what heights he's going to reach, but I like the look of him. He's doable there. Now he's sat there, and you're like, did they let Reguilon go too soon? Especially look at how he's performing for Brentford as well. I know he weren't amazing for us,
he's
but he's
better
still a
than
competent left back, innit?
Yeah, he's an actual left back as opposed to like Lindelof.
Fucking Lindelof. Yeah,
Lindelof, who's not a full back. Dalot, he's all right at left back, but he's better at right back. And then the other people, Amrabat, who's a defensive midfielder, he's better than them at left back because he's an actual left back. And then you've got, like you said, Alvaro Fernandez, who I was looking into it today. We don't hold the cards with Alvaro Fernandez. We can't call him back because he's already played for 2 teams this season in Granada and Benfica. So we can't recall him anyway. So we are basically up shit creek without a paddle at this point.
Dan Errington there saying Lindelof will have to play right back and Dalot left back. That's what I would go for, and you just kind of led into the perfect question there. How do you do that? Because teams are obviously going to target whatever side it is. Whether you go Dalot at left back, Dalot at right back, they're going to target that area, aren't they?
Yeah, it's that left-hand side that's been the issue lately, hasn't it? Because Marcus Rashford hasn't been in form, at all. And Garnacho, who would be the other option there, has been playing on the right side, and he's been fantastic on the right-hand side, so you don't want to move him. And then the other options at the right-hand side aren't great in Anthony, who hasn't been playing, and he just doesn't seem to fancy Ahmad at all. So that's the left-hand side is the problem. So if you take away somebody strong for that left-hand side like Luke Shaw, that leaves a weakness there. And then if you move Dallo over there, who's been, for the last 4 games, really good on the right back, that's a weakness over there. So then you've just unbalanced your side completely no matter which way you go. Yeah. The only other option you got is, do you call up Harry Amas, who's been training with the first team the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
He's 16 years old. It's really fucking young. But it's like, do you do that?
16 years old for United in a Premier League game. I mean, I know we're against Fulham, for example, but let's say he's coming up against a seasoned winger in like a Willian.
We got City after the week after, and you can't put Harry Amas in there, man.
Against a Bernardo Silva or a Foden, it's risky because you could actually literally destroy a player's career by doing that, like throwing him in there, getting swallowed up, and just thinking, Jesus Christ, I never want to be involved in a game like that again. No. But it's like whenever I see Lindelof there, I want to be like, I can't watch him, because the Villa game was the prime example, wasn't it? Like we just got fucking shredded in that game. So I don't know how he's going to manage it. I think it's, like I said, I think it's a clusterfuck. I don't know who you put there. I don't know. It's risky either way, whatever you do.
You saw in the Champions. You remember that Champions League game where we did the pre-match for Ragnick, and he put Lindelof on the right back. We're like, what the fuck's he doing? And it was just a mess, wasn't it? Like, it was just a fucking awful game. Like, we just got exposed continuously. Yeah. And it's him or Amrabat. Actually, 2 choices at this point. Yeah. One of them is going to have to play at fullback. One of them.
Well, apparently Ten Hag's going to give an update on Malacia in tomorrow's press conference. I've just seen that tweeted out there. I don't know. No one has a clue. We've said this for ages. How close he is to returning. But again, it's another risky one, isn't it? Where you look at the fact, like, if you rush him back and then he's injured again, we need a left back till the end of the season.
Which is what we did to Shaw. Like, we kept pushing him back, and he's clearly not been fit because he's been taken off in 3 games in a row, and he's gone, he was worried about something. Well, he clearly wasn't fit enough to start, but because we don't have a left back, we were forcing him back into the team, and this is where we've ended up now. We've got no fullback.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, innit? Good luck to Eric Ten Hag, that's what I say. Giles Malman says the type of injury Shaw has... Oh, the comments are just gone, thank you. The type of injury Shaw has, I think this is the 4th to 7th time he's had this injury type. It comes from the 2 broken legs he had a while ago. It'll continue to happen. He might have to retire. Strong words there from Jala, who is a Real Red Ultra member, and for Real Red Ultra members, by the way. Sam, do you want to tell them what the crack is?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a couple of months, I think, at this point. Yeah, we talked about an After Dark podcast where we basically talk about anything except football, and we finally recorded it today. So if you're a Real Reds Ultra member, you will get to see it tomorrow evening, I think, if I can get the edit up in time. But if you're not a Real Reds Ultra member, you'll get to see it on Sunday. But if you want to see it before then, please do join the Real Reds Ultra membership. There's a link in the description. Speak to anybody who's a Real Reds Ultra member. I think they've pretty well across that they enjoy what they think because they've stuck around for this long, and you get extra content on top of that as well, and you get a little badge next to your name, you get emojis of us lot, all that good stuff, and it helps support the channel, so please do look out for that.
Can I just say as well, I'm not blowing smoke up our own arses, but it's fucking hilarious. I've never laughed as much, and the topics and just everything, the range is, it's fucking hilarious. So make sure you check it out, and definitely let us know what you think as well, please, because it's made for you guys, so we'd appreciate that.
We're going to try and do it like once a month if schedules allow, because we've all got jobs, we've all got lives and stuff, so it's very hard to organise to get 4 of us together all at the same time, so bear with us, but we will try and get it out once a month.
Yeah, for sure. Right, we're going to move on. Jim Ratcliffe has been talking. There's been talks about certain people losing their jobs in Murta, Fletcher, Hargreaves. Matt Hargreaves, I think, is the chief negotiator, I believe, or something along the lines of that. Again, kind of news you'd expect. We've always kind of questioned Darren Fletcher's position as what does he do, because he was doing his coaching badges there, and then somehow ended up as a technical director communicating with the youth team and things like this. Murta, likewise.
He was on the bench as well with Ollie, wasn't he?
At one point, and we're like, what is going on here? So Ineos must have gone in it, and they must have just looked at Fletcher's contract and been like, what does he do here? Like, what's going on? But then at the same time, saying, they want to keep John Murta and Fletcher want to kind of stay around. Like, do you just need to be cutthroat with these guys and just be like, like move on?
I think if they're not offering something effective and integral to the club, then I'm sure you could find a role for Darren Fletcher that isn't technical director. Like, legend of the club, knows the club inside and out, played under Fergie, absolutely knows. I'm sure you can find a place for him that isn't technical director. Like, it doesn't have to be a technical director, but if that's what he wants to do and he's keen on doing, then yeah, he maybe has to go, because I don't think you can have someone with no experience doing that role, which is why John Murtaugh is probably on his way out the door soon. It's why Richard Arnold left, like, because you're getting people in who are best in class, and as much as I love Darren Fletcher, he isn't that guy. Like, he's just not, because he's not experienced doing it. So maybe he could be an ambassador, maybe he could be a coach, Ten Hag, maybe coach the youth team or something. Maybe he could do. I'm sure there's a job he can do.
Yeah, for sure. They're making big changes. They're doing what needs to be done, and I absolutely am behind that, and I'm sure you are as well, Sam. We discussed his interview on the BBC the other day. He's actually done an interview with Manchester United, which is some interesting comments coming out from that. And I actually whether they're saying it for, like, you know, fans' reactions, and I'm sure there's certain things in there to kind of please fans. But he's saying, like, stuff like loyalty is hugely important. I hate people retiring. I really discourage retirement, because I'm a great believer that the really good people, the older they get, the wiser they get. Why would you want to retire? That's not a good scenario for me. I mean, the guy's like, what, 71, is there? Something? Like, or somewhere around that kind of age. And he wants to leave this, obviously, giant legacy of Manchester United. If he can bring United back to the top of European football, is there a bigger legacy than that?
No, like, a lot of people say, "Oh, he's a Chelsea fan. He's a Chelsea fan," and I genuinely don't think he is, because in the United interview, he's talked about Cantona. He was there at the treble win final against Bayern Munich. He was actually in the crowd, so I don't think you're not a United fan if you're not going to that. So I think he is a genuine United fan, and I think these guys, these billionaires, these type of guys, they have massive egos. They're fucking, like, they're just ridiculous egos. And he's got to the point now where he's got he's the richest man in Britain. He's got billions of pounds. He doesn't need any form of fucking money. He doesn't need it. Like, he's got everything he's ever wanted. And he makes money from Ineos petrochemicals and all that other stuff. Like, he makes money from that. Like, he doesn't need Manchester United to make money. So I think he wants to leave a legacy for his ego, and for when he dies, or when he's sort of whatever it is, he can have that thing. It's like, oh, Jim Radcliffe, entrepreneur, businessman, Manchester United saviour, or Manchester United chairman who brought them back to glory days, blah, blah. That's what he wants to leave this world with. And loads of billionaires want to have that impact on the world. Like Steve Jobs, the Apple guy, who wanted the way he presented and thing, he's like, oh, the iPhone changes the world. Like, that's the impact he's left over. Bill Gates will have a similar thing. Jeff Bezos, again, he's like going into space and shit. Like, they want to have this ego impact on the world, and this is what he's trying to do as a Manchester United fan from the area. I don't think many of us would say we wouldn't want to do that if we were billionaires, and we're both from Manchester, both Man United fans. If we had the sort of money, this is exactly what we'd be doing. So,
do you know what I'd love to do? I would love to go outside the ground, and maybe I'll be able to do it at some point with the new camera and stuff. I'd love to go outside the ground and speak to fans who were so adamant that they wanted Qatar, just to get the thoughts. Genuine fans who were around the stadium and stuff, just to get the thoughts on what Ratcliffe's doing now and everything they're putting in place, just to see if they've, you know, like, kind of changed the tune about it, and like, you know what, I think this is coming. Because that's what I didn't necessarily want Qatar, but I was more like 100% takeover. I think that's the only thing I can see in my mind. Obviously, he's had to pivot in a business sense, and that's fine. You do these things, and I think in the back of his mind, he'll know the Glazers have treated this club like shit. He's never ever going to publicly say that, so I don't know why people expect him to say it publicly. It won't happen.
When you're in business with people that you may not like or you may disagree with, if you go out publicly on blast and blast them, that is going to make the working relationship so much more difficult, and you trying to get stuff done is just going to become an arseache. And it's just like, why would you do that to yourself? So obviously he's going to go. Because the BBC guy asked him a lot of questions, like, and who's to blame for that? And he sort of dodged the question and was like, oh, I don't think we should, like, go. I don't think there's anything. I don't want to
get into that.
Yeah.
It's more.
And it's just people like, oh, he's just in bed with the Glazers. It's like, yeah, he is in bed with Glazers, but this is what he's had to do to get in. Because if he just goes outside while he's buying it, slagging him off, do you think they're going to sell to him? Like, ego. These Glazers have got egos. Like, if they're being slagged off, they're like, well, why would I want to get into business with you if you're just going to say how shit I am? Like, exactly. It just don't make sense.
And we all know how fragile Avram Glazer's ego is. Like, they mention something like, "Oh, they don't think we're taking care of it, or we've abandoned it." It's like, yeah, you are absolutely oblivious, lads. A few other bits here, just kind of talking about winning matches and trophies. That is what Manchester United is about. It's the biggest, the greatest, the most well-known football club in the world. This is not a financial investment. It's because I want to see Man United successful again. And I know you in particular, as well as myself, Sam, have trouble kind of trusting billionaires and these kind of things. But it does seem like it's coming from a genuine, authentic place, right? Is that how you feel? Do you have that gut feeling about it?
I think a lot of it is. Again, I think it's a lot of it's to do with ego. These guys like to be successful, and these guys like to win, as it were. Yeah. As evidence in him hoarding billions and billions of pounds. There's a couple of issues that he's coming with that I don't agree with the stadium. He's asking for tax-funded payments to help get the stadium built. The government's to that, and this is from a guy who lives in Monaco, doesn't pay any taxes, and is a billionaire. It's just like, your guys across the way, yes, while they may be cheating on the blue half side of Manchester, they put the money in their pocket and pay for it outright and ask for government help. So that
I think the government are already kind of saying, aren't they? Like,
that kind of pissed me off, and I was just like, you're a billion, just fucking pay the money. Like, it is what it is. But that's a side thing. I think it is a lot to do with, there is a lot of genuine fandom there, and there's a lot of things he talks about Cantona and stuff. So I do think there's a lot of things. But again, always be skeptical of billionaires, always be skeptical of these rich people, because while they might say the right thing and talk the right thing, there's sometimes added other interest in there. But time will tell, man. Like, he could have his selfish interest and it be about his ego. If United are successful, then I can live with that. It's just it was this sort of state ownership side that I couldn't live with under Qatar. That was the thing I struggled with, even if it would have brought success.
Well, I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts as well, whether you're watching this live or watching this whenever it is. Give us your thoughts on Ratcliffe, how your opinion, if it has changed. Any kind of opinions you have, throw them in the comment section. You got asked about how many years do you envisage How many years do you envisage it could take to make Man United the elite force again? Would you put a time frame on it? He said it's not a light switch. It's not one of these things that can change overnight. We have to be careful. We don't rush it. In that way, I think this is one of my favourite quotes. You don't want to run to the wrong solution rather than walk to the correct solution. That, for me, is a standout quote. And he's talking about, one is longer term, getting United to where it would like to get, but it's also short term, because this season they're going to need Champions League football, aren't they? That is vital for FFP reasons. Do you feel now, in terms of performances on the pitch, the way it's going, is the trust rebuilt with yourself in terms of aiming for Europe?
I think we're doing, in terms of results, we're doing everything possible, aren't we, to get there? Like, we've won every game that we're supposed to win. We've beaten Villa, beaten Luton, beat West Ham,
beat Wolves at Molineux.
Beat Wolves. Like, we've done the results. Obviously, the performances aren't quite there yet for me. Like, I still want to see us control the game. I want us to be able to put our foot on the neck of certain opponents, especially opponents like Luton, where you just need to kill that off, because you know what they're going to do. They're always going to come back into the game. So you need, like Liverpool did it yesterday. Liverpool went 1-0 down against Luton, and as soon as they came out for the second half, they put the foot in the neck and they just battered them. 4 goals, and they killed it. And we haven't done that with anybody yet. And I'm waiting to see that and as control the game. And once I start to see that, I think my faith will then double up. But the result, as long as the results keep coming, 3 points, that's all you can ask for. But I would like to see some more controlled performances, some more dominant performances. That's what I would like to see next.
We have some favourable games as well, don't we? Play Fulham at Old Trafford, Everton at some point, Sheffield at some point. Obviously, the derby's the big one. I think that's the test to see where we're actually at, because I think if you get slapped off them, kind of resets it a little bit, doesn't it?
I don't think anybody expects us to beat City, if we're honest. Like, obviously it's a derby. Obviously it's a derby.
Our performance would be nice, is what I'm saying.
Like, go down swinging. Like that's what I asked for. Yeah. If you play well and you lose, then not many people can complain, because they are a fantastic side. But if you show up with a shitty performance and you just fall to a whimper, that's when people get annoyed. But I don't think anybody expects us to beat City. Like, I don't think so.
Well, if you think, how many fucking shots did Luton have again? I'm just going to double check the statistics now, because I'm pretty sure 22 shots Luton had. Luton had 22 shots. So that's why I'm just so worried, because City creates so many chances. Yeah. And if it's Haaland on the end of him or De Bruyne on the end of him, you're getting punished. So I'm lowering the expectations just for now.
To be fair, we limited Liverpool to hardly any chances when we played them.
Yeah.
In that draw. I know we
watch.
played shit. I know we
Yeah.
didn't offer much at all going forward, but we did stop them coming in. Like, we did stop them absolutely battering us. So maybe we expect a similar performance against City, where we just sort of stop them scoring.
Yeah.
And I think
take a point.
most United fans would take a point and a boring performance over getting absolutely battered by City, trying to go for them, like, which I just think is stupid. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting. We've only got, 13 games left of the Prem.
Oh, wow.
Into like the final third of the games, I think. Let me double check that again, but I'm pretty sure. So we played.
Charlie Malman's just put in the chat that De Bruyne is out for the season. I'm just going to double check this.
Is he really?
I'm going to. You carry on. I'm going to double check it.
Surely. Again, he's just come back from a massive injury.
That's what I'm saying.
That is crazy. When did he get injured?
I'm not sure. I can't find anything. Charlie, tell me where I can find it.
Breaking news there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if the case, obviously it's good for us because there's no Kevin De Bruyne, but still, I mean, City have still got talent in abundance, so it wouldn't make me think instantly we're going to go beat Man United because Kevin De Bruyne is out, but it's obviously much better for us because he's an absolute killer. But yeah, 25 games we've played, so we've bang on, we've got 13 games left of the season. We're currently on 44 points. Usually you get around 70. So you need 26 points from 13 games. I'm not quick at math, but I think you times 13 by 3, 13, 16, 39 points. You've got
to win, what, like 11, 12 games?
Yeah. And that's a big ask. We've still got to play Liverpool, still got to play Arsenal, still got to play City.
Yeah.
So, and I know other teams may lose around us and stuff, but it's a very, very tough ask. So I'm not getting ahead of myself just yet.
You got to think as well, though, like Spurs drop points at the weekend. I expect them to drop further points going forward because the way they play is very up and down. Like, sometimes they could get beaten, sometimes they look fantastic. That's just the way Spurs are. Villa have had a wobble as well. They've lost a bunch of games in a row, not looked great. So the teams around us are not in form, which goes to our favour, and we are in form in terms of results. So stuff like that can go your way as well, which can help you even when you're not necessarily putting in a good performance.
Yeah, true. Right, the last thing I want to discuss, because as the season kind of ends, it leads perfectly into what the last kind of topic. 11 players to leave in the summer, apparently, according to Rob Dawson, our best mate. There are question marks over the futures of as many 11 first-team players, including Christian Eriksen, Rafael Varane, Casemiro, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof. You've got Marcelo leave on a free. United will also invite offers for Jadon Sancho, Donny van de Beek, Facundo Pellistri, and Brandon Williams. Would you have any qualms with getting rid of any of these players? And who would be in the priority list? I know we've done tier lists and stuff like that before, but just based off now how you feel, them players I just mentioned.
I would keep Varane and Casemiro around if possible. I think they would stick around for me. The rest of them, go. All of them.
Yeah, so Harry Maguire, you'd be happy to. Yeah, in a bit. McTominay, do you think you'd get an offer for him?
I think West Ham were interested, weren't they? And I don't think his value's gone down, has it? Like, he's one of our top scorers, and he's important, like, to come off the bench. So I don't think his value's gone down. So I can't see why people wouldn't be interested in him. Donny van de Beek, I don't know how you get rid of that guy, like, because he's injured at Frankfurt, I think so. So it's how'd you get rid of that? Like,
okay. No.
So, like, how'd you get rid of him? Jadon Sancho, he's having a bad time at Dortmund at the minute. It's like 6 games, no goals, 1 assist or something. So, not fantastic. Facundo Pellistri, I think there'll be someone who comes in for him. I can see somebody buying him. Like, probably not much money, but I can see that. Lindelof, there's always been like interest from Italy, hasn't there? Like, Inter Milan have been interested, stuff like that. So I think we could get rid of quite a few. I'd be happy to see all of them go. Like, if Saudi came in with a stupid offer for Casemiro, I'd probably say yes. Just because of the age, the wages, and all that sort of stuff, I'd probably say yes. But if someone's going to be like, oh, we'll give you 20 million for him, then keep hold of him. Varane, the same thing. If someone came in with a stupid offer, then take it. But I think get another centre back in, get another midfield, and have them around there, and then maybe get rid of them next summer. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe get Jared Brentwaite in the summer. He can learn off Varane, Lissandro, and maybe you've got Camboala there or something like that. Maybe that's your centre backs for the season. So yeah, none of them would be Like I'd add Rashford to that list as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It feels like we've got so many players to sell on it every single year, like 10, 15. But I remember with like Cavani, Mata, Matic, Pogba, Lingard.
All left on a free. All left on a free though, didn't they?
We're gonna clear this deadwood, and it's like I'm not calling these players deadwood, but I'm just saying like some of the players getting to the point where you're like, yeah, just sell them. Like I'm not really forced to be honest with you. So again,
they've had the
another
chances.
fascinating summer, isn't it?
They've had the opportunities. You can't say they haven't.
Yeah. Sure.
It's not like Ahmad who's just been sat there and not got any minutes and then just not had the opportunity. Like all these guys have had opportunities. All these guys have played full games, had starts, played minutes. They've all had it, and just not good enough. Mate, they're Premier League standard players. They can have careers and stuff like that. But if United want to win titles and trophies, they're probably not the right players.
Right, here's what I want you to do. Leave 3 players for us as we head off now. We're going to close the show with this. Leave 3 players you would let go in the summer. And even if they're big personalities, if you're going to throw Marcus Rashford in there, Bruno, Maguire, whoever you want, leave it in the comments section. Shaw as well, you know, any kind of controversial ones, I want them in the comments section. Again, if you're watching this live or later on. Please do, when it's out and it drops, check out After Dark, because we wanted to do this for a long time. Schedules have just been so against it, and we've finally done it, and it was fucking hilarious. It really was. So yeah, Sam will let you know when that's dropping.
Yeah, that is. I'm going to try and edit it tomorrow and get it dropped for tomorrow evening, so you can all enjoy it. And then for everybody else, it'll be on Sunday. So if you're a real Reds Ultra member, you'll see it tomorrow. If not, you'll see it on Sunday. There was a slight technical issue, but
it's worth it.
It is what it is,
so
but
funny.
You can still hear all the audio. You can still see other 3 of us, so it'll be fun. So yeah, please do check out. It's a long one as well. It's over an hour. So if you're in the gym or you're taking a bath or something like that, or you're cooking, stick it on, enjoy, have a laugh, and yeah, if you like it, we'll do more stuff like that, and try and expect one every single month if possible. Obviously, people's schedules and what have you.
We are expanding the content, so hopefully you enjoy it, and we appreciate every single one of you who are a member currently. If you want to become a member, click the link in the description, click the join button next to the notification bell. It's about £3 a month, helps support the channel and helps grow the channel as well. So thank you to you absolute legends. Just a quick news show tonight because we've been filming a lot of content. And yeah, take care guys. It's Friday tomorrow, don't forget. Happy days. Take care everyone. See you in a bit.
Peace.